In Iowa, it is actually against the law for school to start before the end of the state fair. There's actually a law in place that says school can't start, and they've got it mapped out as to what day of the month it is in August. But it has to do with when the state fair is, so that the farm kids can go to the state fair and present animals and things like that.
It is illegal to go back to school before you get a corn dog. Is that the
against the law in Iowa? Yes. If you want your Twinkie, your deep fried Twinkie on a stick, you can get it. School will not get in the way of that.
You have rights. Everyone is entitled to deep fried butter.
Exactly. That's how we roll in Iowa.
It's a basic human right.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform Community Call of July 15, 2025. I'm Paolo Pialorsi, and today I'm your host. This is the community call takeover. So as the community, we are taking over. We don't necessarily have all of the Microsoft speakers today, but actually we will have some community speakers and some Microsoft speakers. So let's move to the actual content of this call. And today we are going to get the latest updates and news about Microsoft 365 and Power Platform. We will have also some latest news about the Microsoft blogs. Of course, we will have the Together Mode picture time, and we will have the real stars of today. So 3 demos, one from my colleague Ayça Baş from Microsoft about building agent with the Microsoft 365 Agent SDK and the Semantic kernel. And then we have 2 new community members presenting in these calls. We're really happy and proud of them. They are both community members who took part of the hackathons. And we have Gissur Simonarson from Cloud Sherpa with a demo from the SharePoint hackathon about Microsoft 365 Education Hub Agent, and Emili Sherkanowski from VystaPoint with, again, a demo from the SharePoint hackathon, which is about a digital workplace they created to build a modern internet with Power Apps and SharePoint. So let's dig into the news, and then we can move to the demos and to the stars of today. And as a reminder, as a community, we have plenty of options for you to learn and to be part of the community. You can learn through the community videos. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to ak.ms/community/YouTube. You can join our LinkedIn page and group to have a discussion with us. You can go through all of the open source repositories that we have on GitHub, as well as if you simply want to learn from others how to create solutions and how to extend Microsoft 365 and the Power Platform, you should go to the sample galleries. So aka.ms/community/samples, and there you will find plenty of samples available. Last but not least, we have the website of the community. You can go to community.ms, and that will be also the main entry point for any of these resources. So just go there, community.ms, and from there you can find everything you need to be part of the community and to grow together with the community. And you can also join us in our weekly or bi-weekly or monthly community calls. We have this call, the Microsoft 365 and Power Platform community call. We have the Power Platform one, which is monthly, and the Office Admins one, which is monthly as well as we have the Viva Connection and SharePoint Framework bi-weekly call. Here you find a useful link, aka.ms/community/calls, and from there you can get access to all of the community calls that we have on schedule. And what if you want to be active part of these community calls? Well, you can definitely present your content, your demos, your ideas to the community. We're really happy to have you on stage with us. So let's go to ak.ms/community/request and /demo. And from there, submit your ideas. And as I said, we will be more and more than happy to have you on stage, sharing your knowledge and your expertise with the whole community. And if you want to learn more about the Microsoft Cloud and about how to extend Microsoft Cloud-based solutions, you have 2 main options. You can go to the AKMS M365 Dev Learn to get access to a bunch of Learn modules to dig into the different technologies that we offer you to develop on top of the Microsoft Cloud. And if you want to learn about the Power Platform, aka.ms/powerplatform/learn will be your target URL to learn more through more than 100 Learn modules about how to work and extend the cloud with Power Platform. And as I said before, we collect most of the samples from the community in a sample community gallery site, which nowadays does have more than 2,400 samples available that you can use to take inspiration from, to learn how to do stuff, and to really understand the art of possible when it comes to extending Microsoft 365 with custom developed solutions. aka.ms/community/samples. Go there, and again, if you want to contribute, you can also submit your own samples, and by contributing to the community, you can get much more than just showing your knowledge, but also you can do something else, right, David?
Yes, absolutely, Paolo. Thank you. So you may be thinking, holy cow, 25, almost 2,500 badges. How could I help get to 2,500? Well, I'm glad you asked. Sharing is Caring is our program that does just that. It is hands-on. It is live opportunities for us to collaborate together as a community. So you're going to learn about topics like how do I contribute to GitHub, which is that confusing labyrinth of corners and mazes and phrases and pull request and blame and fork and roll, all those things that are confusing and scary. We're going to demystify it. We're going to make you a GitHub expert. It is live, it is hands-on, and it is safe space, which means that we do not record it. So you can ask any and all questions, no matter the topic, whether you think it's something that somebody should already know. We're all going to learn together. So get in, get on, get joining these calls. We're getting one scheduled. It is summer, so we've been having some vacations and working around that, but we're going to get some coming up for the next rest of the year, and excited on additional topics. You can keep an eye out at aka.ms/sharing is caring. And then once you do contribute, as Paolo said, we're going to recognize you. That is where our recognition program comes in. It is powered by Credly. It is free, and it provides you those accredited badges for all the cool things you're already doing. So things like Prompt Pro and Snippet Sorcerer, Modern Search, the React controls, list formatting, right? So you can horse around. Chris loves that. And of course, it's superhero season. So the porcupine rises. This is the badge that is the bonus badge. We've got 4 other badges that are available during the next 4 months to earn, and you can get this a bonus badge. We like to have fun with them, but they are real and accredited. They show that you are making a difference. So we might as well have fun. And in fact, congratulations to each and every one of you. We just got recognized as a best-in-class recognition program by Credly. So go check out our blog. I'll put a link in the chat where it highlights all the information that they shared about us. And really, the success is yours, everybody, because of your passionate dedication to the community. So if you're not opted in, aka.ms/community/recognition. We'd love to get you in there. Only need to do it once. Keep going and earning those badges. We love you. Thank you. Paolo, back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. And especially thank you for your amazing enthusiasm on this topic. Now let's move to the upcoming conferences for this season. We have already had the Seattle TechCon 365 in June. Now we are looking forward to having in Atlanta on August 2025, the TechCon 365, as well as in Dallas in November. As well as still in October 2025, we can't wait to see you all at the Power Platform Community Conference in Las Vegas. We are also working on prepping the Microsoft Ignite conference, which will take place in November 17, 2025. You can already go to https://ignite.microsoft.com and register your interest for the conference. You can't miss it. There will also be, at the end of the year, the ESPC conference in Dublin, an amazing city, from the 1st to the 4th of December 2025, with more than 100 speakers and 9 tracks. SharePointEurope.com is the website to go. And last but not least, we're already looking forward to 2026. So ECS 2026 will be in May in Cologne in Germany, and there will be more than 3,000 attendees, 240 sessions, and 85 exhibitors. So yet another community event that you can't miss. ECS.event is the URL to go. And there will be also additional local community events organized by the local communities, like, for example, events in New York City, in Atlanta, in Finland, and in many more places that you can see here listed. So keep an eye on the local community and go to communitydays.org if you want to have the latest news about the upcoming community events. Another really interesting topic for us is the Copilot prompt library, which is an initiative that we run to collect all of the coolest prompts for Microsoft 365 Copilot. You can submit your own prompts if you like. You go to eke.ms/pmp-prompt-library, and from there you can browse for prompts submitted by other community members, or you can submit your own prompts if there is something that you want to share and that you are proud of. And talking about that, actually we are proud of Adam Bezanj, who submitted this smart prompt to organize the tasks, the pending tasks, or the missed tasks in the Outlook inbox, or in Teams, or in To-Do and in Planner, so that you can leverage the powerful capabilities of Microsoft 365 Copilot to be on track with all of your tasks. So go there and give it a try. This is a really powerful prompt that you can use in Microsoft 365 Copilot. And kudos to Adam, of course. Let's say it's now time for the picture time, David. So back to you again, and we can't wait to take the community picture all together.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Paolo. So get those cameras cracked on, everybody, so that we can show your fantastic faces to the community. We'll give it just a second. We're doing good on time, so we got some time. All right. I see everybody. See Paolo. I see Todd, who's looking all smiley. There he goes. He's starting to practice. Gissur, awesome. Emili, all right. We got a few more seconds. I know Teams has been a little late on sharing the camera, so look at it. They're high-fiving. Zhao, great to see everybody. Ian, looking good. All right, we'll give it just a couple more seconds. We got time. Teams has been a little late in everybody, so we know we want to give everybody an opportunity to get those cameras. I see folks still popping in. So this is, wait, mine's not even on. What's going on? You're like, David, where are you? There I am, next to Todd. Oh, lucky me. Awesome, love it. Let's see if we can get the, don't slime me. All right, awesome. Great to see everybody. Let's give it just another second and we can count down. Again, thank you all for your passionate contributions to the community. It would not be possible to have calls like this or programs like the recognition program or anything else without all of the dedication that you provide and passion each and every week. So we really, really appreciate it. All right, let's do the countdown, everybody. Let's do 3, 2, 1, and let's do the waving. Great to see you all. Again, thank you. Ian's doing the dance. Love it, love it. Thank you all so much. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. So inspiring. Really, really appreciate it. All right, Paolo, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, David. Let me share my screen again. And yeah, now that we have all done like Seb, we can move to the real stars of today, so to the demos. And the very first one will be my friend and colleague Ayça Baş, who will show us how to build an agent with the Microsoft 365 Agent SDK and with the Semantic kernel. So let me share my audio and let's start with the demo from Ayça.
Hello everyone, welcome to our mini series for our new labs in Copilot Developer Camp. My name is Ayça Baş. I'm Cloud Developer Advocate at Microsoft, and today I will introduce you what is our new lab about, and we will get started with the first lab in the pathway. Okay, let's get started. If you're already familiar with Copilot Developer Camp, we have multiple pathways available for you to get started. Today, I'm introducing the new labs available under Build pathway, which we build custom engine agents. And in this lab, we are actually building a brand new custom engine agent using Microsoft 365 Agents SDK and Semantic kernel, and basically bringing that over to Copilot Chat. A quick introduction about Microsoft 365 Agents SDK. This is the SDK that helps us build agents from scratch and make this agent use of in any channels you want. Basically, you're building this agent once and bringing that over to any channel you want. For example, your custom web app, custom mobile app. It can be Copilot Chat, it can be Teams, Slack, any channel you prefer. And in addition to that, we are able to bring our own orchestration, our own AI model. That means you can actually use this together with Semantic kernel, LangChain, AutoGen. You can also bring any model you want from Azure AI or anywhere else. That means you're actually quite flexible, building the orchestration you want, building the AI experience you prefer. On top of all that, we also have a great feature that is actually that is actually bringing us a seamless integration with Copilot Studio. So there are some couple of features embedded in the SDK you can use to be able to connect with Copilot Studio plugins and skills. Quick look into custom engine agents built with Agents SDK. So we are basically building the custom engine agent using Microsoft 365 Agents SDK. Using any orchestration framework we prefer. It can be Semantic, Kernel, LangChain, anything you prefer. Also, you can use Azure AI Foundry to connect with any AI service. It can be OpenAI, Mistral, any AI model you prefer. You can also bring over other AI services available. Also, you can use Copilot Studio and utilize Copilot Studio's orchestration skills and bring that over to ProCode experience too. Once you're done building your custom engine agent, you can basically use this experience in any channel you prefer. It can be Microsoft 365 Copilot, Teams, it can be custom web app, email, SMS, any channel you actually prefer to use the same agent. And that is quite easy to do using the Agents SDK. And how do we actually get started building this experience? Let me actually first show you how our new lab setup looks like, and we will get started with the first demo, first lab available in the new series. Okay, so in Copilot Developer Camp, if you go to Build, then you will see two options now. The first one is the new lab we have built with Microsoft 365 Agents SDK. And second one is the existing Career Genie lab we already had with Teams AI Library. So today I'm going to talk about the first one with the Microsoft 365 Agents SDK, which is the new experience. So in these labs, we are building an agent from scratch using Agents SDK and Semantic Kernel. Depending on your preference, you can also use any other orchestrator you like. And here in the labs, we are preparing our agent in AI Foundry, and then we are building the first agent using M365 Agents SDK, making some configurations and testing the agent first in Teams, and then bringing that over to Copilot Chat. So after the setup steps, and you should complete that for sure, we are actually getting started building your first agents using AI Foundry. So we are basically preparing everything in the AI Foundry first, and then bringing that experience over to the channels we prefer using the Agents SDK. Before we get started, I also want to mention that these labs are written in C#, but you can actually build the exact same experience using any other language you prefer. So I'm going to get started with the first lab we have, prepare your agent in AI Foundry. And the things we will do is pretty straightforward. Just to sum up, we are actually creating a new project under AI Foundry and then creating the agents, using the instructions we prefer, bring the knowledge with files, and then our agent will be ready to test out. Okay, let's get started. I'm in AI Foundry, and here if you hit Create New, you will be getting a pop-up with two options, Azure AI Foundry Resource or AI Hub Resource. Creating AI Foundry resource will be enough for this experience. This will actually create an environment that will have the agents playground, and we will be creating a model behind the scene. This is much lighter compared to the AI Hub resource. So using just AI Foundry resource and clicking next will help you create the new project. I already created that environment just to make sure that we don't lose any time in between. And here is the environment we have. It's quite lightweight, just to be able to test out agents with the models we like. We can actually create the first option. And if you go to agents under build and customize, you will be getting an agent pop up from scratch already. But you might as well just hit new agent and create your agent from scratch as well. I will just use the existing agent. That doesn't actually make a huge difference. I will hit try in playground. And after that, this is the agent player experience we have. First of all, we can change this agent name to Contoso HR agent. And you can choose any model you prefer. We have pre-deployed model, but you can actually create a new deployment and create base model. You can actually test this agent with any model you prefer. I'm just going to go with default GPT-4o. I will bring the instructions over and copy and paste here. Quick look into the instructions we have. We are building an HR agent, your Contos HR agent, internal assistant for Contos Electronics. Your role is to help employees find accurate policy-aligned answers. And we are actually providing some of the responsibilities the agent can do. And we are telling that always be kind and make sure that the topic is really relevant to HR, etc. And the example scenarios you should support is some of the scenarios we support in the agent. In addition to that, instead of getting vague answers like this is what you can do, this is what you can do, etc., you can actually bring the knowledge over from your data to your agent. And this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use knowledge here. There are multiple options available you can connect to your agent. You can use files, which will generate a brand new vector search behind the scene. It will actually use Azure AI search again. Or if you have pre-built Azure AI search index already available, let's say that you created your blob storage, you index your data in Azure AI search, and you just want to bring that over here, you can use Azure AI search. If you already have predefined setup in Fabric, you can connect with Fabric. You can use SharePoint. You can use Bing Search. You can use some custom setup here, and there are also multiple other options like TripAdvisor and Morningstar. Just to make things easier, I'm just going to upload files and let Agent Playground create the vector search for me. I'll just select local files and go here. So these are all the files I want: role library, employee handbook, perks, etc., all of the employee related stuff. And I want my agent to be expert in HR area, and I don't want to go beyond that boundary. I will just upload and save. So what's happening behind the scene here is that we're uploading the files, but we're also creating index and creating vector on top of our data. So we are creating embeddings of our data and enabling vector search. Once we added this knowledge and once we add the instructions, we can now try out our agent right here in the Agent Playground. We have some options, options available here. I'll just copy paste from here. What's the difference between Nordwind Standard and Health Plus when it comes to emergency mental health coverage? I can ask this question and see how my agent responds. I'm assuming that it will provide the answer on top of the data we have in the knowledge. So exactly the answer we assumed. All of the information is coming from the data we provided here. We have citations and we can see what's available in the data, etc. So everything is coming from the vectorized data we provided here also, on top of the instructions we provided. All right, so this is the agent experience we designed. How can we bring this over to M365 Copilot chat or Teams or any other channel you prefer? Okay, that is going to be covered next in the series we have in the community calls. But just to sum up, to be able to connect with an agent, you will be using Semantic Kernel with the Microsoft 365 Agents SDK. And the only thing you will need from AI Foundry will be your agent's ID. And also, if you go to Overview, you will be needing the endpoint, AI Foundry project endpoint. With these two keys, basically, you will be able to connect with the agent you created in this environment, and then you will be utilizing all of the capabilities you've integrated and predefined in the AI Foundry. This is all I wanted to show today. And if you're keen to get started building agents using Agents SDK and Semantic Kernel, go to ak.ms/Copilot DevCamp. You will be finding our new labs available under the build pathway. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in today's session. If you have any questions and feedback, feel free to create issues in our repo. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayça. Amazing demo. It's now time for yet another great demo from Gissur about Microsoft 365 Education Hub agent. So please, Gissur, feel free to open your mic and share your screen.
Sure. All right. Let me know when you guys can see the screen.
Almost there. I see a black screen.
Yep, I see a black screen too, actually. Hold on, let me try resharing.
Yeah, no worries. We have plenty of time today, so all good.
There we go.
Yeah,
all right,
we
cool.
see your screen now. Take it away.
Nice
Thank
one.
you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. All right. So in this demo, I'm going to show you basically what I've built very quickly for the hackathon. It's built on top of an existing solution, which is basically an intranet management tool built in SharePoint and with Power Automate. So if we keep going here, just a quick agenda about me, why I created this, how it was built, and I want to focus mainly on the demo here. So about me, my name is Gissur Simonarson. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Cloud Sherpa. I'm an Icelander living in Scotland. I've lived in the US as well and in Norway, so done a lot of work in a lot of different countries. 25 years experience in enterprise solution architecture and development. It's always weird for me to say, it feels way too much. And then just my LinkedIn here in case anybody wants to connect. So why I created this solution. So, like I said, I've been doing this kind of enterprise solution architecture for a long time and have always preferred kind of pro code ways of doing things. And most of these solutions have been built around SharePoint and kind of the Microsoft ecosystem. But, I would say like the past 4 years, I've been radicalized into low code solutions. Especially, I've been working for a lot of large organizations, specifically right now, and they're paying, outrageous fees for licensing for, third-party software and things like that. So what I've been doing with Power Automate and SharePoint recently is basically taking some of their existing third-party solutions, bringing them into SharePoint, using Power Automate, kind of all low code. So it's easier for them to, manage. It's cheaper. And also one big thing is it's less platforms for users to deal with. So it's just the M365 platform versus a bunch of third parties that are all over the place. And if you have solutions built in M365, especially now with Copilot, it makes AI integrations super easy. So that's kind of the genesis of where all this came from. And how it's built, basically SharePoint is what I would say like the database for the solution. Power Automate is the brains and does all the work behind the scenes. And then I have, layered Copilot Studio on top of it to do some actions. And, that was one of the big things that I wanted to do with this demo is make Copilot not just answer questions, but actually do things for the user, right? So let's have a look. So let me move this out of the way. And so what I built is basically, so we have the education hub, and that is to teach users, how to use the internet, how to use SharePoint, how to use Stream, Viva Engage, kind of all the M365 tools. And then I also built this intranet hub. And what you can do here is you can, request new SharePoint sites. You can pick site templates that you want to use, Intranet Hub, topic, or video site. But what I wanted to do is kind of integrate this with AI. So first, so I built this a few months back. So back then you couldn't deploy Copilot Studio bots into the SharePoint Copilot. So I had to bring it in using, SPFX web part, and that's the reason we have this interface. But, let's start out first just with the education hub. So how do I embed videos in SharePoint? And this is kind of the standard, easy AI thing. So it basically just looks at this education hub site, finds the article related to how to embed videos, and will give you kind of a step-by-step entering edit mode. And what's nice about this when it's hovering like this is you can then click on here and you'll get to that specific page and you can go ahead and read that, right? But what I really was interested in is getting it to create sites for us and do different actions. So first, let's say, you know, create a site for me. And it'll say, what's the name? Live M365 community demo. Which template? Intranet hub. Primary owner. I put myself. And secondary owner like this. And it will now go ahead, and I'll show you guys how all this works in the background, right? So now it says your site with Intranet Hub is being created. So now what I can also go and say is, what's the status of the site? And it will say that the live M360 community demo is currently in progress. So how this works is we have our Intranet Hub site here. And it has some SharePoint lists, right? So up here is site requests. And the site request list, you know, basically adds now this live M365 community demo. You can see it's in progress here. And this then gets picked up by Power Automate. Power Automate goes, creates the site. It then looks for, you know, what template you're using. It finds that template site. So I can show you guys, hold on, I got to move my camera a bit here. So this is kind of the template that I have selected here. So this is the URL for that template site. So it'll use this template when it's creating the new site. And then once that's all done, it'll go back and write to the site directory. So we have a site directory here for all the created sites, and it'll appear here once it's done. And what's nice about this is this kind of brings all the, you know, SharePoint Admin Center information for the Intranet admins to be able to view without having SharePoint admin access. So it gives a little more information here. Now, if we go into the agent itself, and what's nice about, you know, Copilot plus Power Automate is you can create tools using Power Automate, and that's how all this has been done. So, you know, it's pretty standard, just, you know, simple instructions for what it's all about. If we go into the tools here, you'll see I have the create site with Copilot tool and get site status tool. I have a third one that I'll show you in a little bit, and that's to set out of office. And it's just kind of, you know, I want to, again, see how we can do a bunch of different actions within an agent for the user to make kind of their day-to-day digital experience better. And I'll also show you guys why I have not enabled it here. I've basically had to bring it into a topic because of date formatting. I wasn't able to kind of take date formatting very well directly into a tool like this. Now let me move my camera. Sorry, I have it blocking my screen. So if we have a look, so I have basically the different Power Automates here. So this is the Intranet Site Creator Power Automate. I'm not going to go into those. They're kind of big and clunky. I then have an Intranet Site Configuration. So basically it creates a site and then it configures it. And the reason for that is because I also want you to be able to create the sites using the normal SharePoint UI. So it comes as a site design, and then this will kick off just on the site design itself. So we'll close these. But if we now have a look at, you know, create site with Copilot, and because this is all created, you know, the Intranet provisioning engine is created using Power Automate and SharePoint, this becomes super easy, right? All we need to do is create an item on that Intranet hub on the site request list, and it takes in, you know, site name, site template, primary, and secondary owner. And what's nice about this, right, is when you use these kinds of tools, if I go back here and I just say, you know, I don't want to, I just want to write it all in one, I can say, create a new site called all-in-one demo live with the template Intranet hub, primary owner, and secondary owner So, you know, instead of having to go step by step, you can write it all in one and it'll go away and create that as well. So, you know, when you use Power Automate as a tool like this, it makes things super simple and quick to do, right? So it's just creating one list item and then another Power Automate picks that up for you. Checking the site status, another very simple one, right? It is, it just gets items from that list and I just say title equals site title, and then it responds with the status. The last bit here is, so first of all, I just got the first site created, so we can just have a quick look at it. So we can see here, live community demo has been created. And let me click here. And you can see the site has been set up with that template that I showed you earlier. And, you know, it activates a bunch of different applications on there to get that green line underneath, you know, the headers. So it does a lot of configurations to the site just using Power Automate, which is super cool. And, you know, basically allows you to build this kind of SharePoint orchestration engine in a pretty easy way. The last bit I wanted to show here, and I'm just realizing that I think I still have my out of office on. So let me turn that off. So if we have a look at my Teams here, let me see, sorry, this camera is messing with me. So I'm not out of office here. And let me just look at my activity so that we can see it here in the, so if you watch down here, as I interact with the agent, I can say, set my out of office. And it'll say, what's the start date? I'll say today. And what's the end date? Tomorrow. And so now as I hit enter here, if you watch the icon here, it should quickly, oh, wait, sorry, the message. I am doing a live demo. And you can see now my out of office is set. And if we have a look in here, we can see I'm doing a live demo has been set as my out of office. So this one was a little bit trickier just because of date formatting. So the way I did this is I created a topic called out of office. And, you know, it basically identifies a date and makes it into a date, object here in the question, then gets the message you want, and then sends that to the Power Automate action with a message, the two dates. And then obviously that Power Automate is just setting the out of office. So yeah, just a real quick demo for you guys. I know I've gone pretty fast here. I'm looking at my time. I think I have some time left, but I think that's it. But if you guys have any questions, be happy to answer.
Amazing demo. Thank you, Gissur. I
Thanks.
don't see any burning question in the chat, but
Awesome.
if there will be any, feel free to reply in the chat area. Thank you so
Perfect.
much again.
Thanks,
And
guys.
I think we can switch to Emili with the demo about modern internet built on Power Apps and SharePoint. So Emili, feel free to open your mic and share your screen, please.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen here. If you could just let me know if you can see that.
Yep.
Perfect. So my name's Emili. I am the Director of Sales and Customer Success at VystaPoint. And I'm going to present today our digital workplace that's built entirely with Microsoft Power Apps. So just kind of getting started here. So why we built with Microsoft Power Apps is that there's no need for those third-party intranet licenses. You can do everything you need for a digital workplace just with your Microsoft technology. It's seamless integration with any of your Microsoft 365 tools. It's flexible, it's really fast to deploy, and it's easy to modify as you kind of grow with your digital workplace needs. A lot of challenges that we see with digital workplaces in general is that with those third-party platforms, it is a lot of extra cost. There's a lot of overhead, and it's those continuous changes that are kind of like those break fix issues that you would have with just those standard digital workplaces. With the Power Apps, it's the low code technology. We already have the pre-existing suite of digital workplace Power Apps that we can deploy and then modify for your specific needs because it is easy to customize and it's very flexible. It's also that lack of personalization again with those kind of static intranets that the Power Apps don't have that issue with. So VystaPoint, so what we've done is we've created an entire digital workplace built off the Microsoft Power Platform using Power Apps and Power Automate. We have a suite of all of those apps that you can deploy right into your tenant, so it's completely secure within your environment. We just really help organizations jumpstart into that Power Platform space. So I'm going to jump over to our demo and kind of show you how we do that. So on my screen here now, I'm going to showcase a couple of our Power Apps that we deploy both for a hub page as well as a department page and go through all the different design elements that we can offer here. So we are built on a SharePoint modern communication page. Everything on the site, we built it out to be targeted and personalized for every user when they sign in. That could be based off their department, their location, their role, or security settings you already have set up within your Microsoft environment. We just build right off of that through the implementation process here. So starting off, on the right-hand side, you have our Announcements Power App. So our Announcement Power App has a lot of features out of the box that are included with this. So you have employee shoutouts like you're seeing on the screen here now, birthdays, anniversaries, weekly quotes, microblogging news elements, as well as alert capability. Again, with the Power Platform, there's a lot of flexibility with this. So a lot of the times when we are deploying, like our Announcements app, for example, our customers, they may switch it over to have a different design for maybe their weekly quote. They want it to look a little different. So it is a very fast change, or we can just add a brand new announcement type depending on like what you'd want to see here. So again, really flexible, easy to update and maintain here. Below that, we are keeping this like a centralized hub, one-stop shop approach. So we added our Microsoft Outlook Power App here. So not recreating Outlook, but rather having a notification center while you're looking in the hub here. So you can see I have all of my emails I can scroll through. I can click to open any of my emails, read what it is. If I'm choosing to respond, I just hit this reply button. It will launch me into Outlook as a native platform, or I exit out and continue with my work on the page. So again, not really recreating those systems, but just having that notification system here so you don't have to jump around to all of your different platforms. You have it all right in your view here. On the right, you have bookmarks. So this really provides the user with a lot of personalization on the site here. So they can go in and they can create their own bookmarks here that are really unique to them. You can see we make it very user-friendly by adding additional features like this plus button. So I can select this. I can edit any of my bookmarks here. I can choose any icon that really makes sense for me, or I can just add a brand new one. So again, users that are using this for a digital workplace, they don't need to be Power Apps experts or SharePoint experts. We make it very user-friendly, just adding simple plus buttons and navigation here. Our Microsoft Teams app is very popular because what it does, it allows the logged in user to see all the different teams and channels that they're a member of and view all of their conversations, in this example, in an aggregated view. So you don't have to jump around to all of your different teams. We're pulling all of those conversations into this one feed here. So as I can scroll through, you can see I have all of my different conversations here. I can reply to messages from this, type my message, post it. Not only will that message display in this Teams feed, but also in the native Teams platform. It's fully integrated both ways. So whether you're in Teams or SharePoint, you're never missing anything. If you were looking for a specific conversation, you just jump over to the My Teams tab, click into that team channel, and then view the conversations associated with it right from here. And then right back. Our My Tasks app is super popular because, again, it's aggregating from multiple sources. So SharePoint tasks, Outlook tasks, Planner, really wherever your kind of tasks are connected to, even third-party systems like Trello, we can connect and display them all right here. You can drop down to filter through any of these, or even click to view details. So right here, I have a Planner example. I can see what bucket this task belongs to, the due date, status, who it's been assigned to. And again, anything I'm doing in the Power App, the same thing happens in that native platform. You even have the flexibility to add brand new tasks right from here. So I can select the type of task I want and then assign it to any other individual, and then they'd be notified that they have a task to complete as well. On the left, you have our popular resources app. So this is in Spanish just to highlight the fact that we can have this multilingual. But what the popular resources does, it allows you to have targeted quick links in a tabbed categorized view, allowing you to organize your links really seamlessly here. Again, you can target these. So maybe marketing users, they would log in and they might see like 10 different links here. A sales individual would see something completely different. And then as I click through the tabs, you can see that the colors are adjusting, just highlighting, you're able to modify even the smallest design detail on the page here. Our media gallery here, this is the ability to share any images or videos that you'd want to. You can click through the different tabs to filter through, click into any of those images for a larger view of it, download if you want to do so. In this example for media gallery, it is images or videos, but I've seen other people that use this as templates as well for like maybe PowerPoint presentations or email templates that you want to use, and you can just quickly access them here. But these tabs are actually just SharePoint folders that are connected to your site content. So we're helping users get access to information, bringing it right to them versus them having to go out and look for it on their own. And again, keeping with the idea that it is very user-friendly, admins of this site would have the plus button where you can click this. It brings you right into that area of SharePoint where that information is stored. So if I want to create a new tab, all I have to do is just create a new folder. So I'll say like example here. We'll hit create. I'll go back over to our hub page here and scroll down. And then you'll see just by adding that brand new folder, it automatically updates in the Power App here. So I have my example folder. I didn't add any images or videos, but you can see that it's already updated here. The knowledge base to the right-hand side, this is going to be like an FAQ center. So again, it's really user-friendly here where users can go in and they can select all of these different categories. So I can click in here. You're able to see all of your different question prompts drop down for answers. These could be text, links, images, videos, really however you as an admin would want to decide how to respond to those prompts. But again, we're making it user-friendly where users can go in and actually respond and add new questions that they'd want here. So you just submit questions from here, select the category you'd want to ask the question for, type your question, add any additional details, and hit send. Through Power Automate, we're automatically sending that email to the appropriate knowledge expert based on the category that was selected here. So then that person or group of people can actually respond to those prompts and add it right back into your knowledge base to continue to grow that. And all of this information is stored just right within your SharePoint site contents, but you can also have it configured to connect to any third-party system that you guys are using for your knowledge base or FAQ center. So this is how we've created Power Apps for a digital workplace for a hub page. Here, I'll just jump over to a department page just to give a couple other examples of how we're able to really bring those Power Apps for the users. So scrolling down here, I'll talk about our integration capabilities with the Power Apps. So on the hub page, I showcased our popular resources that were in Spanish, that it's a targeted quick links in a tabbed categorized view. Just click and launch for those users. But with the Power Apps, again, you have a lot of that flexibility there. So if you wanted to connect to a third-party system, you're able to do that here. So I have an example with Concur. So I could go through like my expenses here, my vacation days, or even approving or denying any request, all centralized within SharePoint. That's the benefit of the Power Apps here, is you don't have to jump around. You can bring everything right to the user with that low-code capability here. We did move over to start adding AI capabilities. We started off with ChatGPT here, where you have that external-facing view here. So same way you'd interact with ChatGPT now, or you say, rate a tweet about Power Apps. You hit send, and then it provides that updated response in line here. I can even modify and say add emojis now. Hit send, and then it provides that updated response based off the feedback that I provided. We also are utilizing Copilot Studio for this as well, allowing you to have access to any of your internal document assets. So just another way we're really incorporating all aspects of the Microsoft suite into your digital workplace for a SharePoint site. I think the best part about our solution, though, built off the Power Platform is going to be the theme editor app. So if you're familiar, obviously, with design changes for Power Apps, if you want to make a change to all of your apps, you'd have to go into every single app, every screen, modifying every property there. But our theme editor app allows you to make a global change for your digital workplace, all from a centralized point. On the right-hand side, you have the example of the color scheme and theme selection. On the left is where you're going to make all of those adjustments. So you can change your app headers here, your background colors, header images, anything you'd want here. For our theme editor, we've added 7 different themes here, but we have theme 6, which is the image in the header here. I'll switch this over to theme 2, hit update. And then you can see with a click of a button jumping back over to our hub page here, all of the apps have adjusted. That image has now been removed. So it's a quick change here. So you're able to really modify the design, look and feel of your digital workplace as you kind of like evolve with your needs on your site here. But that is what I have kind of for my demo of our digital workplace built with Power Apps and what's available.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. And considering that we are a bit ahead of time, can I ask you if there were any specific challenges you faced building this solution, and maybe why you choose to use this technology compared to other options you had available for building this hackathon solution?
Yeah, absolutely. So our founders for like the digital workplace had worked primarily with like third-party solutions that layered on top of SharePoint, but saw the limitations that came with that. And then really kind of realizing where Microsoft was going with the Power Platform and Power Apps, we took the needs of what our customers and people were seeing with the digital workplace, and we're able to build it out just with the Power Apps here. As we've kind of grown and evolved, a lot of our Power Apps have changed, adding more functionality, and we've actually seen a lot more that are doing business process applications through the Power Apps, where they're replacing those third-party systems and actually just building it all out with the Microsoft Power App. So people are really kind of buying into the Power Platform and seeing what's possible with the tools they already own.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Emily. And sorry for putting you on the spotlight, but I just wanted to have your point of view from a design point of view of the solution. So thank you again. Great presentation. I'll share my screen again, and we can keep on covering the content of this community call. So we have just seen 3 amazing demos. Thank you, Ayça. Thank you, Gissur. And thank you, Emily. And we are going to see yet other amazing demos next week. There will be Mankirat Kaur Baiwa from Microsoft talking about bringing your own model from Azure AI Foundry to Copilot Studio. There will be my colleague Gary Trinder talking about how to integrate Azure AI Foundry with the Agents SDK. And it will be actually the next episode of the series of demos that we are going to deliver about how to use the Agent SDK to build custom engine agents. The first one was the one from Ayça today, and the next one will be from Gary, and there will be many more in the upcoming weeks. And there will be yet another SharePoint Hackathon demo from the community, from Isabel Liu and Steve Corey from Quisitive, which will be about the most beautiful intranet homepage, the Asimov Robotics. This will be the third demo of next week, July 22nd. So stay tuned and keep on being part of these great community calls. And if you want to be part of the community also outside of the community calls, you can, for example, join us on the Discord server. So go to aka.ms/community/discord. We already have more than 2,900 members in the Discord community. So if you are not already there, you should be there and you must be there. So we can't wait to have you together with us there as well. And please let us know what you think about these community calls. So aka.ms/community/calls/feedback. We really care of your feedback because we want to improve and give you the best content we can. Let's say thank you. Thank you so much. Remember that the recording of this community call will be available in 24 hours from now on the Microsoft Community Learning YouTube channel, and the demos will become available in the upcoming weeks, little by little. And the next community call will be next Tuesday, July 22nd at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you again and have a nice day. Bye-bye.